You? Again? Wow. Don't you ever sleep? I mean, anywhere besides my refrigerator. And what's all this regular milk and chocolate milk doing in here? Wait a minute. We must be doing ratios. Well, come on. Okay, a few things to know about ratios. First, they show up a lot on the test, so this is definitely a place where you can pick up some points. Second, we always write ratios as fractions. We never use colons. In fact, I want you to think of the word ratio as standardized test code for make a fraction. Finally, there's a big secret about ratios that make them super easy to do. Here's the big secret. When you're given one ratio, you're really being given 3 ratios. And it works like this. Let's say you have 1 cup of chocolate milk. And 2 cups of regular milk. If we write that as a ratio in math, we'd write regular over chocolate equals 2 over 1. Yeah, exactly like that. Now, here comes the secret part. If we have 2 cups of regular milk and 1 cup of chocolate milk, then we must have a total of 3 cups of milk, which means the ratio of regular milk to the total milk is 2 to 3, or in math, regular over total equals 2 over 3. Exactly. And that also means that the ratio of chocolate to total milk is 1 to 3, or in math, chocolate over total equals 1 over 3. That's right. We started out with one ratio. Regular over chocolate is 2 over 1. And we figured out that the other 2 ratios, regular over total is 2 over 3, and chocolate over total is 1 over 3. Now, this is where it gets good. It turns out that regular must be a multiple of 2. Total must be a multiple of 3. And chocolate must be a multiple of 1. So, if they ask you how many total cups of milk you could have, 5 cups, 8 cups, 9 cups, or 25 cups, you know for sure the answer must be C, 9 cups, because the total must be a multiple of 3. And if they were to ask you how many cups of regular milk you could have, you know for sure the answer must be B, 8 cups, because you know for sure that regular milk must be a multiple of 2. Now that you know how this works, you're going to be surprised at how often ratio questions come down to knowing how to turn one ratio to 3 ratios, and knowing what must be a multiple of what. If ratios still seem a little fuzzy to you, no problem. Just pay attention to the highlights. After you see a few more examples, I bet it will all make sense. And if it still seems confusing, get some sleep.
Hey everyone, we're about to jump into a couple of examples, but before we do, I just wanted to let you know that we're offering this entire course for $25. Because, well, we don't think that world-class test prep should just be for the rich kids. We think it should be for everyone. So if you're interested in the course, we have details and links right down there in the description. All right, now let's head over to some examples.
Hey Milo, do you know the 2 secrets to success with ratios? Yes, Milo, you're very smart and very handsome, but why don't you explain to everyone what the 2 secrets to success with ratios are? Right. Okay, I'll explain it. The first secret is that when you're given one ratio, you've really been given three ratios. Now, the second secret is that ratios tell us what is a multiple of what. And that is very useful on the test. Sure you did, Milo. All right, let's take a look at how one ratio is really three ratios. All right, now if you're told that the ratio of home games to away games is 5-3, in math, that means this. That means h over a equals 5/3. Now remember, on the test, the word ratio is code for make a fraction. So whenever you see the word ratio or whenever you're in a ratio situation, I want you to be sure to always make a fraction. Now, I told you that from this one ratio, we've actually been given three ratios, and we have. It works like this. If the ratio of home games to away games is 5-3, then it's entirely possible that the team played 5 home games and 3 away games, or a total of 8 games. So that would mean that the ratio of home games over the total number of games would be 5-8. And that would also mean that the ratio of away games to the total number of games must be 3/8. Now, I can already hear some of you saying, well, wait a minute. Just because the ratio of games is 5/3 doesn't necessarily mean that the team played just 5 home games and 3 away games and 8 total games. And you are, of course, absolutely right. And that brings us to the next secret. What is a multiple of what? And it works like this. The number of games played at home must be a multiple of 5. The number of games the team played away must be a multiple of 3, and the total number of games must be a multiple of 8, and here's why. Now, we can change any ratio just so long as we multiply the top and bottom by the same number. That means if the team played 10 home games, then they must have played 6 away games. If we multiply the top number by 2, we have to multiply the bottom number by 2 because the ratio always has to stay 5/3. And if they did indeed play 10 home games and 6 away games, then the total number of games they played must have been 16. Notice that the total also gets multiplied by 2, and the other two ratios become 10/16 and 6/16. Home is still a multiple of 5, away is a multiple of 3, and total is a multiple of 8. Now, if they played 15 home games, then they must have played 9 away games and 24 total games. Everything gets multiplied by 3. Home is still a multiple of 5, away is still a multiple of 3, and total is still a multiple of 8. 20 home games? No problem, and I'm guessing you already see where this is going. That means they played 12 away games and 32 total games, and our other two ratios become 20/32 and 12/32. Now, these two secrets, knowing how to turn one ratio into three ratios and knowing what must be a multiple of what, is dead useful on the test because you're going to be asked a question like this. A high school basketball team won 7 out of every 10 games it played last season. What could have been the number of games the team lost? Okay, what we're told is that win over total is 7/10. Now, we also know when we're given one ratio, we're really being given three ratios. So the other two ratios are loss over total is 3/10, and win over loss is 7/3. Okay, now from these ratios, we can also tell what is a multiple of what. We know that wins must be a multiple of 7. The total must be a multiple of 10, and losses must be a multiple of 3. The only answer choice that's a multiple of 3 is answer choice D. Very nice job.
Hey everyone, so I hope you really liked the video and found it super helpful. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. You can also subscribe as well. Also wanted to let you know, we are offering the entire ACT and SAT course for $25 because we think that world-class test prep shouldn't just be for the rich kids. We think it should be for everyone. So if you're interested in the course, we have description and links down below. See you next time.